Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Aurogiri. Today we're going to go over one of the most requested things I have asked to me all the time now is how to use Vanguard swap and what are Vanguards and stuff. So when on the first day the update hit, I put some money in and I put $100 in for that contest or whatever, the event, and I got one Miyamoto scroll out of it. So I was pretty content. I don't think I really ever wanted one. So I got Miyamoto. Here she is. I'm with Bay. We're on the islands. We're in the tropics. You know, we're on our honeymoon. There's the moon over there. It's made of honey, but it looks like a pearl. Actually, it's kind of cool. But me and Bay are on a honeymoon. You know, she's got her arm wrapped around me. She's touching my butt. It's pretty cool. I'm touching her butt. But so Miyamoto, she's very, very powerful. In Dagger's Peak, you get to test her out. But to do that, you're going to need to map a Vanguard button. So for those that don't know how to do Vanguard, this is the most thing I get asked the most. So I'll tell people, hit settings, go to controller, go key config, and you're going to scroll all the way down to key config, and you're going to find Vanguard switch. So what you want to do with Vanguard switch, I'm going to actually set it to default just to show you guys. So you go to default. So that means all my buttons are normal. You can actually use this option to customize your controller any way you want. So like if you want X to be R1, you could do that. I mean, it's up to you. I mean, we play this game like bumper control. I mean, if you want to play with face buttons and use triggers for other things, that's fine. You can actually have free range of how you play this game now. Almost. You cannot map the touchpad or options button or share, obviously, because share is not really a button. Or PSN home. So we all wish that touchpad or options would have been customizable, because in this game they both have the same function. Touchpad lets you obviously it lets you type, and when you hit it, it opens your start menu, your options menu, and the same thing options does. Most of us would love it if they would have made it so the options button was Vanguard swap, because that button, there's two buttons that already do the same function anyway, and touchpad for start screen would have been awesome, because you still could use that to type and do all the other stuff. And then options would have been the best Vanguard button available to us. However, you're gonna have to sacrifice a button for Vanguard. So great power comes at a great cost. At first I thought, well, I'm just gonna put left on the D-pad because I'll just hit right for alcohol and stuff anyway. Well, that actually just that destroyed me, because I never realized how often I hit left. Like if I want alcohol, I'll hit left. I don't just scroll through it right. And then we thought, well, I only ever push R2 to switch skills. And then I turned off L2 for Vanguard. Well, turns out I hit L2 and I want to hit Rapid Storm on my staff. Like I'll go Invigorate and then L2 for Rapid Storm because it's the 5th slot. So that really messed me up. So what I recommend everyone do, if they have the money to go buy a Maya or Miyamoto, whatever, if you have the money to go and buy her, like I just spend like 200 and some to get her. I actually just got, well, not to get her, but we're going to get to that after. I spent a lot of money, but, you know, I spent 100 and I got one scroll. So, you know, if you got $100 to spend on this game, if you're planning on using Vanguard Swatch, I recommend one external kind of DLC. I use I don't know what brand it is, but it's like a spider type gaming mouse. You know, it's got the rapid fire, it glows, it has a bunch of buttons on it. I use a wired mouse with a scroll wheel. You know, it's got buttons, it's a mouse. It doesn't have to be a fancy mouse, but I just use a fancy one anyway, because it feels really nice in my hand. But I mean, what I recommend everyone do is go to Walmart or something, buy the cheapest wired scroll wheel mouse you can find that's cords long enough to sit with you, because you don't want to go through batteries. That's annoying. So a wired mouse is recommended. And what I do is for my Vanguard switch, you know, what you want to do is hit modify, and then whatever button you hit next in this menu, like it's not going to be your movement or anything, but whatever button I hit, it will modify that to my Vanguard swap button. So what I recommend is that people go and buy a mouse and use the scroll wheel to adjust their camera, because it is the most least used feature on a controller. Most of the time you're going to play in your preferred zoom settings all anyway, and the only time you ever fix it is if you're walking too close to a wall and the camera just messes up. In that case, I set it to R3. My Vanguard button is R3, button 10. So when I want to change my camera, you know, you hit confirm. You have to hit confirm. and you hit close, whatever. So right now, if I hit R3 on my controller, I'm going to make it so you can hear it. It does nothing. My camera does not I can still move my camera, because that's like just analog 3, you know, or R, like it's just your R stick, whatever, right stick. So you can still move it freely. It doesn't hinder you at all. You know, and this is the best part. If you, my mouse, I just have to hit scroll wheel. I can scroll in, I can zoom in, zoom out. That's the best feature I've found so far. That's my preferred method of vanguarding. My friend Lyra does it too. He thinks it's a very good option. My friend Setsuno doesn't even have a mouse yet, but they also they think it's a good idea. You know, now another option some people can do is, let's say you're like one of those selfish power user types that doesn't invig anyone or doesn't, you know, use those things. You know, you don't really use the triangle button too often, but if you're like a bow or a mage or anything that has to lock on for their skills, don't do this. But alternatively, if you're like a sword that doesn't invig, you're one of those guys, you know, you don't have to use invigorate or heal, you don't have to target any of your teammates or target any of your skills. I recommend, you know, you're one of those power types, just hit triangle. You could set your Vanguard to triangle and you won't lose that much from it. My friend Select Forsaken's a bow user and he actually did that. He actually set it to triangle. I don't know why he did that, but he does a lot of things I don't agree with. But we still have fun. But anyway, so this video is going to be all about Maya. So we spent 5 minutes explaining Vanguard swap and how to do that. So that question will never be asked to me again. Right? Right, guys? So, okay. So let's go to partners. Miyamoto Musashi, assuming you get her. I mean, she's going to be on your special tab. I've gotten mine to level 65. You know, you feed her weapons. So if we open up her little menu, she doesn't get friendship items, she gets weapons. If you give too much stuff, it will crash your game. Your game will crash multiple times feeding her, etc., etc. So her list is very, you can't organize it, you can't sort by weapon, you can't sort by recent, you can't sort by anything. It just shows you a list of weapons. And it is attached to your storage too. I have like 200 Satan weapons in my storage. It is annoying. Like, and it brings, you can also feed her Magatamas, so it brings up all your Magatamas, all your weapons. It's ugh. It's really annoying. I got a cane sword because I did Dragon's Peak earlier. Does that give her any? That'll give her a little bit of experience. It's not really worth it. My best place to farm for her, for weapons, is Echigo Estate, because you can get Kogarasu Marus there. Assuming you're at Echigo Estate, it's your gold drop. You get Kogarasu Maru. It's a gold seal sword. Just give it to her. Like in her late 40s, that'll be the best item for you. Early game, you can just go to like Hermit Crab, or you can go to any place that has a lot of mobs that drop swords. Like a lot of mobs, a lot of weapons, lots of swords. She'll take swords and any other weapon type you want to give her, because every weapon's available here. But she will receive the most points from weapons. From swords, obviously. From swords, I meant. Swords give her the most. Gold star swords give her the most. Red star, etc., etc. Rarity helps. It doesn't really matter what level until late game, because she's at level 65. She'll only really take Kogarasu Marus and things above, like 105's weapons and stuff like that now. So, you know. Now, let's say you have a second Miyamoto scroll. When you use a Miyamoto scroll, apart from the first, they will actually give Miyamoto 10 levels regardless of how much he needs. It's just a flat 10 boost. So let's say you got lucky, you have 3 Miyamoto scrolls. So you have the first one that triggers her, and then you have 2 left. So in that regard, if you get her to plus 80, you know, you just struggle through it, get her to 80, and then at 80, you know, you pop the 2 scrolls, she's going to go instant 100, you're done. You save it for the hard parts. Some people, they just pop them right away, like bum bum bum, okay, she's like plus 50, and we're ready to go, and now you're just going to have a hell trying to level her up. The best way to do it is, like what I have, until this morning, where I got my SP gachas from the money rewards contest thing going on. Until this morning, I had 4 scrolls, because I spent like a bunch of money on this. And I was happy with 4. So I was trying to get Miyamoto to 70 so I could just pop the 3 scrolls and be done with it. But this morning, for those that watched the stream or didn't see the stream, I explained how the money reward thing worked, and I got 5 SP gachas and 4 gacha tickets. and rolling them, it was a blast. I got Miyamoto on the last roll. Like, that's a spoiler if you're going to go watch the video, but I'm really hyped, and it was a great video. And I'm now at 5 Miyamoto. I'm at 5 Miyas. I'm done. I have her perfectly done. She's going to have all the weapons. She's going to be awesome. Oh, I can't wait. But honestly, I can because I made this video, so that's a lie. Because I would have done it this morning. But now that I have 4 extra scrolls and she's at level 60, I'm just going to pump them into her and she's going to go to 100. So you guys are going to be here for that journey. So we're not going to... Your game will crash if you give weapons. You can hit select multiple. It's okay. Depending on how much stuff you have, your game might crash. Etc, etc. You'll cross that bridge when you get there. So, how do you use Miyamoto? So when you... Let's say you get Miyamoto from the Vanguard or whatever, from the Neon Koropan. So people go and check right away. It's like, oh, I don't have Miyamoto. Where'd she go? So Miyamoto, how she works is you go to your inventory, and there she is at the top. Miyamoto Musashi Summoner Scroll. So here, let's just read this out because I'll never see this screen again. So, pressing T would basically Vanguard swap, which I'm telling you to use R3 with a mouse. Lets you switch to her when her gauge fills up. The gauge fills up every time you kill an enemy, deal damage, and have durability lost. So if you just like charge on your staff, like, empty all your SP and just charge on your staff for about 3 minutes, you will build up your Miyamoto gauge. For those that don't know. Lots of wand users that can't block will actually get rid of their L3 as an option because they don't need to charge all the time. They don't block normally, so they just go to Miyamoto. I don't think it's a good idea because Miyamoto can block and they can't. So, and later on they will be able to block with some updates. So yeah. So here we go. So having 2 or greater allows you to equip another weapon. Like, she'll have 2 weapons. Right now when I swap to her, she has 1 weapon. I can choose the skills I put on it, etc, etc. And her Vanguard swap lasts 60 seconds. So if I have 2 scrolls, her Vanguard swap will last for 90 seconds. So about a minute and a half. And she gets like 10 affection, like instantly. So 3, the same thing. She gets another weapon. It lasts another 30 seconds. It's the same thing repeated. If you have 6 or greater, it doesn't help her out anymore, but it gives her 10 affection. Honestly, if you ever get like a 6th Miyamoto scroll, just trade it in for points. They're not tradable if we ever got Bazaar, so just trade them in for points, honestly. But, I mean, if you do get 6 and you just want to beast her up, I mean, you could say F it and do it. I mean, it is what it is, but that's just my advice. So, to get her, you just activate the scroll, and then she's going to show up. So, and then you summon her just like any partner. So I'm going to unfavorite Miyamoto scroll. We're going to use it. Use Miyamoto scroll. Alright, using a summoner scroll, Miyamoto Musashi will activate the following effects. Do you wish to proceed? Miyamoto's affection change will go from 65 to 75. Her skill swap will go up to 2. Skill-swappable, she gets a second weapon. She's going to have a total of 5 or 4 weapons, something like that. Miyamoto's, her Vanguard will go from 60 to 70. So yes, activate. My game didn't crash. Awesome. Cool, so let's go again. Because I have 5 scrolls. I'm using all of these. So 2 minutes of Maya, so double the power. 2 minutes is a long ass time in this game. Because I mean, we can clear dungeons in that time, so. There we go. 2 minutes of Miyamoto. We're going to use the next scroll. 150 seconds, so 2.5 minutes. Here we go. The final frontier, the last one. You only ever need 5. So she's going to go from 95 to 100. Her Vanguard swap is going to last 3 whole minutes. And when you get the 5th scroll, look, I didn't notice that one before. When you get 5 scrolls, you don't get an extra weapon because she can only have 4 weapons because that's how the game works. So you have 4 weapons to choose from, but when you get the 5th one, her gauge growth, so how many enemies you have to kill to get her up, doubles. So it's going to go up and up and up and up and up. So we're going to hit OK. Woo! Woohoo! I'm poor. Awesome. Miyamoto Musashi. Awesome. So let's go to our special gauge. She is complete. Her awakening level is maxed. So she's got all her stuff. So if we go scroll through this, she gets a bunch of other buffs too. Vanguard swap, you know, 30 slice, 30 pierce, 1000 HP, 25% HP, SP, 50% SP, SP reduction. Wow, to think she has that. And during Vanguard swap, a successful guard reduces damage by 30%. So I don't know what a successful guard means. I think that means a perfect parry. I think that's their word, successful guard. So that's awesome. Her fighting ability is 100. Her sword sage, you know, 15, 15, 15. So we're going to go to edit skills. So now that she has... I had one weapon before. Now, I don't really know how all the swaps work. My friend Lyra is going to walk me through on that. But you can apparently press or punish swaps to play around. I don't know what you need to do that, but I don't know. So I have 15 swaps. That means I can change my skills on her swords 15 times. So currently I have Heavenly Flash of Retribution, which is Pink Flaying Blade. I have that 5 and 6. And Soul Binding, which is a quick attack. And she's got 2 Ogis, you know. You do what you gotta do. She has a huge plethora of skills to use. So these are all sword skills. Single sword. So for those who are wondering how Skill Force and Mags work with Miyamoto, Magatamas do work when you Vanguard swap. So if you have Chiami, if she crits, you get health back. It's a lot of fun. If you have 105 Mags and you enter Miyamoto under 50% health, she will have access. She will gain like all your Skill Force. So you don't need Sword Mags to have Skill Force for her. Any Skill Force you have will be added to her just flat. Like treat every mag you have like a Taisai or a Setsuna, and she will receive a buff from it. So spear users, you know, if you have like double literature, you know, that's 180 Skill Force right there for her. So like a spear user, you know, like literature, and she gets all your ornaments too, like Slice Element, all that good stuff. So as a spear user, let's just say you have literature, Gemini Leo, or Leo, and you have like Slice Element, Faded Contractor, all that stuff. All those effects, all your Magatama effects will apply to her. So if you got like Faded Condor Heroes or whatever the ornamentation is that says 12% bow skill force, it's just all skill force. However, like the ranks still matter. So if you're Miyamoto, for whatever reason, is using like empty Sky Slash 5 instead of 6 and all your mags are 6+, they won't get a buff. But at level 100, she's going to have access to 7s anyway. Can you swap skills as many times as you want? You have a 15 time limit. I think you have to pay OC or something if you want to replenish your swaps on each weapon, but I'm not entirely sure. I've only ever done the first weapon, but you know, I think you can. I mean, you have 15 times. I mean, you can do it once. I mean, we'll go over the skills you want to have. So Miyamoto is all going to be Slice. Like all their skills are Slice and some of them are Pierce, but let's just like you want to use her skills the most. Her skills are like the best. Some of her sword skills are good and they're very useful. So we're going to go over what's going on here. So Holy Empty Sky Slash is very good, especially if you're rocking the Suki Kenshin title, the Holy Element, the Slice. It's good to have this on one weapon. Like if I go, like this is my first one. So Kane Shini, you know, all her weapons are just Heavenly Retribution, and then Lightning Slash 4, Phoenix Slash 4, and then the Ogi. You could have all your weapons the same if you want, but I mean diversity is important. She does get buff skills later on, which are important. So like you want on your 4th slot, let's just say on your 4th slot, we'll just go look at it. We have lots of skills to choose from. Like you could have Double Edge Cut 7 on one of them too. You never know when that's going to come in handy. Let's say you're losing health, and you could do this with Chiami too. You know, if you're low on health and you want to hit something really hard, just switch to Double Edge Cut 7, just boom, destroy them. So she's got access to all the Phoenix Slashes, all the Dust Storms, all the Lightning Slashes. Now, here's an interesting one. Collapsing Blade 7. Her weapons do not break, so you can actually use the most powerful collapsing move in the game, and to know, like, there's no point to not having it. You know, it's darkness, it's very useful in Oshu. You know, my throat's messed up from all the videos I made today. But Collapsing Blade 7, I don't think there's any use to wearing the rank 5s and 6s unless you don't have mags that affect that, but honestly any mag will affect a 7. So, you know, Collapsing Blade 7, notable. Holy Empty Sky Slash 7, very notable. Icicle Massacre 7? Maybe. I mean, if you got ice element, it's useful. Sword doesn't really have a lot of ice to work with, so it's fun. And, I mean, it works for all your classes, too. If you're a mage, you're going to want some of your elemental ones, you know? Tornado Drop, that's wind, that's a wind skill. That's good. Here's her skills here. Heavenly Flash or Retribution 7. You're probably just going to want... You can't have, like, 7, 7, 7 on one weapon. You can have 5, 6, and 7 all in one if you want. They're really good. I'm going to recommend 6 and 7 on a lot of things. 6, 7, 6, 7. Heavenly Flash Retribution is really good. It's a range skill. It goes through everything. It's a lot of fun. Soul Binding is interesting. You like you dash in and you come out, and it's a clean cut move. Then we have Heavenly Blossom War. I've never used it. It's one of her skills. It's pretty cool. And those are her 3 skills that she has, actually. So Retribution, Soul Binding, and Blossom War. From what I'm told, Retribution, I've used Retribution, it's a lot of fun. The Pink Fang Blade, we call it, you know, or Getsuga Tensho, if Ichigo was a Kawaii Desune girl. It's basically Getsuga Tensho. We're going to call it Getsuga Tensho. So, you know, you're probably going to want a weapon that with one of them with like double Getsuga and then like Collapsing Blade or something. Like, that's what I think. You should have one with like double... Like you want Retribution, and then maybe Soul Binding, or if you have one element, maybe Phoenix Slash, Lightning Slash, all that stuff. So now that people have Vanguards, prayer crystals are valuable. I mean, if you're really dependent on your Vanguard, I mean, like, she will replenish overnight. You know, I didn't use her since last night, and she's at like 70% of her bar. Prayer crystals are very valuable now. Yes, that is a good question. Use if you're Miyamoto, don't use Miyamoto against the boss in the Shimmering Cave. Like oh, what's his name? We call him Burger King because he wears the Burger King hat. He's the monk with the scepter. His laser and warp Kamehameha bullshit will one-shot Miyamoto and you. He will kill your Vanguard one shot. I recommend not using Miyamoto in that fight. I had her completely ripped from me when the update stopped. I was like, no! But yeah, prayer crystals are very valuable. I have about 70 and I want to keep it high. I only want to use it when I need it. You know? But, you know, it is what it is. I think you can buy them from the shop. I'm not too sure. But, you know, Heavenly Flash, Retribution. Soul Binding's alright. Collapsing Blade. I hear it's good. My friend Lara doesn't think it's that good until you level it. But, you know, he put Lightning Slash 7 on because he has that level. Oh, and for the sword skills, like these ones, they're the same as sword skills anyway. So if you're a sword user and you already have Lightning Slash at 70, well then she's already going to have her Lightning Slash at 70. And vice versa. So if you level her up and you don't have your sword skills, then you get them on sword, you're already going to be leveled. They're intertwined. So moving on, you know, you have Dust Storm if you have Earth Element, Dust Storm Blast. Phoenix Slash is going to be good for fire. Like, play around. I mean, you can have access to all your elements, all your skills. She's a lot of fun. As I said before, the most notable skills are going to be... I don't think Sacred Strike 7 is going to be that important. But Holy Empty Sky Slash, an amazingly powerful move. Holy Empty Sky Slash 7. Sacred Strike 7. No, not really. But Double Edge Cut, Holy Empty Sky Slash, Collapsing Blade. Those are going to be the skills that you don't want from, like, those are the other independent skills. And maybe Icicle Massacre if you want to be cool. But, apart from that, I think her skills are really awesome. So, yeah. I recommend having one weapon with, Double Edge. I would actually like to see one weapon with, like, Collapsing Blade, Double Edge, Cut, just in case you ever are low on health and you need to get it all back on that crit. Double Edge would be very interesting to have. Phoenix Slash is alright. It does really good against some bosses. I mean, play around with it. You can do so much with her. It's such a great addition to the game. So let's go to Oogies. So she has Crimson? I did not know that. Is Maya affected by... Yes. Now that's a good question. Maya is affected by your mags. Equipment, I'm not too sure. We're supposed to test this out. I'll test this out after the video, actually. Not after the video, but after I'm done explaining. Because let's say I'm using my D3 cross. I mean, when I swap out. I do know that, like, if you're using a 105 mag in some of Supreme Tentacles videos, whenever he would go and do Miyamoto's, he would go Vanguard swapping, he would use sacrifice. He would go like sacrifice to get his health down to like low, and then he'd swap out so that his 105 mags would trigger their secondary effect to give him 300% skill force or more. I don't know how much he was running, but he would do that. And as I said earlier, like if you're wearing all axe mags, she'll still get skill force. Like whatever your skill force number is, that's her skill force. It doesn't matter if he's sword or not. So, you know, she'll get all your skill force. She'll get your element. Chiami works with her. All that stuff. All that goodies. So, it does. But I don't know about equipment for weapons yet. Because you can't look at her status screen while she's out. So, what was I going to say? What I am going to do is, since I have my staff, that gives me 20% SP when I'm holding it, I'm going to hold that staff and then switch into Maya. Because I know, well, I mean, obviously now my Maya values are going to change because I have more scrolls in her. So, I'm going to have to test out, like, I'll do a swap with you know, a different weapon, and then I'll do another, and I'll look at how much SP I have, and then I'm gonna do a swap with my staff to see how much SP I have. If I have more SP when I swap out with my staff, then yes, which weapon you swap out with matters. I do know that health matters, but when you swap out to Maya, you get all of your health back. You get full SP, full HP, so you can use it like a, you know, tag button, you know. If you're gonna die, switch out, you know, you can save it like I treat it like a Bankai. You know, that's why I said, you know, Retribution is Getsuga Tensho, and she's got Bankai for days. Like, she's your Bankai. So she can get Crimson Flame Blast Smash 7? Oh my god, that sounds awesome. Did she get Thunder Beast? How come she gets Crimson but nothing else? That's weird. I didn't know she got Crimson. That's cool. So I might use Crimson with Asugi Kenshin. That's fun. So we get a couple Ogis to choose from. She has Ugi, Death from the Heavens, which is her combo thing you start with. And there's a 7 version of that. And then there's one with Eternal War. Eternal War is like Thunder Beast, actually. It's like, if you must draw your blade, never discard your scabbard. Okay. What's it called here? So Eternal War is like Thunder Beast if you fused it with the Twin Sword Ogi. I don't know what it's called. Fusion Circle Dance. It's like it's wind, but it's like triple Fusion Circle Dance. But now in regards, Maya's multiple tickets, what's the benefit? Earlier in the video we went over it, but multiple tickets, if you get 5 tickets, because I got one this morning from my SP Gacha, if you have 5 tickets, the rate in which she builds her meter doubles. So you'll be in her longer. For every ticket you put in, she'll last 30 seconds longer. So if you have 1 Maya, she's a minute. If you have 2, she's a minute and a half. 3, 2 minutes, 2:30. Ultimately, 3-minute time in swap. Furthermore, if you're swapped into Maya and you go through a portal, you will defuse. Like, you know, you will revert to it and lose your meter. So if you know you're going to a new room pretty soon, maybe hold off on Maya till you get there. Like if you're coming up on the boss, like in the new dungeon or something, just hold on to it until you get there. She gets multiple weapons. She'll get 3 additional weapons if you have 4 scrolls, and then the 5th one lets you have Maya. You build up your meter faster. Yeah, 2 SP gachas and got disappointed. My SP gachas gave me extraction tickets and an Ugi card 4. I wasn't disappointed by my SPs. You know, I went through 5 of them, I went through 5 SP gachas this morning. There's a video for it. You know, it's gonna be called it was called the video, whatever. So 5 gachas, SP gachas. The first one was like blue balls extraction ticket. I got an Ogi 1 from it, and on the last one, Maya popped out. It was like a sweet, beautiful, happy ever after ending. It was awesome. So, you know, so let's look at this here. So I'm not going to do any swaps yet because I'm going to consult my friend Lyra first before I do that. But, you know, we're going to close out of there. Zenotic wants me to help him with Mine of Delusion and Alluring Caves. Basically everything. I'm not going to be on too much today, so I can't really help people out. I got stuff to do, personal stuff. But I'm just making videos because, you know, I wanted to check if the money came out and all that good stuff. So, I left the guild and now... Oh, pie. I love you just randomly typed, Opie. That's awesome. So, how did Kirito 711 get here? Anyway. Man, what is it? What island is it? The stupid... That one. I hate that crab. He can go away. So we're gonna go to Waninashi Island. Because I said, we're gonna try it on hard. Because this is where you can get the attack star thing. We're gonna show off Miyamoto. So this island is a lot of fun. I've never done it on hard, but I'm confident by myself I could do it. So, you know, me and Maya. Well, I'm never by myself. I got my girlfriend. Piggies. If this doesn't lag me out, this would be awesome. Okay, so here we are. So Miyamoto, 5 skulls. She's level 100 now. Do you know of the other Ramatama dungeons past juncture? There's one called Oblivion, but we don't have that yet. We're only going to get that when we get access to level 125. So here we go. Oh, that leveled up. That's awesome. Hell was pretty easy with restriction into Maya. Okay. Oh, I got a scrap. I didn't even mean to hit that, but I need that. Oh my god, the sound effects are so awesome. This is the new friendship farm, since the centipedes and stuff cannot drop their drops because that would crash the game. The only mobs that drop drops here are the pirate Darumas. So it's a great friendship farm. I love this dungeon. You know, Heavenly Flash Retribution, Heavenly Double Getsuga Tensho. So my SP right now is 2030, like we said we're gonna check. Soul Binding. Eternal War. There we go. It's like Thunder Beast. And by the time that's done, I can just do that. With 100 dex, my cooldown is very good. So she does get my stats, if that makes sense. If when you dash with her, it's an invincibility move. Also, the only other thing you can get here is Spirit Incense. So Getsuga Tensho, that guy, killed him. Alright, so this is going to spawn Gaki. So, remember that SP number, 2030. So, where is this man? There he is. She has a bunch of invincibility frames, too. And I'm pretty sure that while you're in my Miyamoto mode, Aurelia or your character cannot be hit. she's down to her last 30 seconds of time. Alcohol does not affect her. Actually, just to let you guys know. Like, I can't just drink a Chidori when I'm in her. Miyamoto does not drink. So, in that regard, what was I gonna say? Let's say you're using Feast of the Damned, the alcohol that makes you invincible, but you die after it wears off, right? If you time it right, you go Feast of the Damned, and then the minute your feast is about to end, you switch to Miyamoto, you will not die. It will erase those effects. So if your Moth, Orchid, whatever, is about to wear off, also Huge Gaki is weak as hell to dark. Yeah, I know. I think he's weak to rain too, I'm not sure. Yo. Oh, there he is, paralyzed. You know, he's taking some decent damage. It just takes a while. The dungeon's a lot of fun, and it's a good way to get your attack. It's like the best way to get your attack star. Now sometimes Maya will get glitched and just stand there like other partners. This is sometimes good and bad. In long dungeons, it's bad, because you have to go find her. Or you have to despawn her and bring her back. And if you do despawn her, you will lose everything you built up to build her. Like, to get her meter up, she will have that reset, but you can actually despawn her, bring her back if she gets stuck behind, like, Juncture or something. So... I'm out of SP. It's one of the hardest parts about Bo, so we're gonna Thunder Beast him. He gets stunned very easily. He can get stunned there, though. Nothing, huh? Thunder Beast. Thunder Beast destroys him. So does Misty Massacre. What if they put your partners in long dungeons so you can repair and what? That would be awesome if you could repair mid-dungeon, but it'd be very broken. Because then we wouldn't need Weapon Spirit, we wouldn't need all that good stuff. It'd be nice, it'd be a nice dream, but you can't, so... My Miyamoto is not building up at all. Ow, that hurt. You're a whore. Thunder Beast, that was probably a bad idea. No, it's good. Okay, he's paralyzed. The Sunlight Strike. That does decent damage, whatever. There, he's dead. Miyamoto's back together. I got no drops. That would have been awesome if that would have been an attack star. That would have been great. But, yeah, you farm this guy to get your attack star Makatama. So there we go. Last time we did a Vanguard swap when I was holding the Tiger Moth, or not my Tiger Moth, my Galgos Cross. And I get double S. This is about 1 million a run. I can get used to farming this stuff. Oh my goodness. So now we're gonna see, is the recipe drop low? Yeah, the recipe drop is about 5%. You know, I mean, we're just gonna do it anyway. It's fun. It's fun. I'll do it for fun. This dungeon's great. I would love partners midway for Juncture. Yeah, everyone would. Okay, so now we're holding the Maximilian Star. The Maximilian Star gives me more SP. Note how when I'm holding it, I have 1600 max, and I have 1200 with everything else. So before, my number with Vanguard swap was 2030. Now we're going to hold the staff, and we're going to Vanguard swap and see what our SP is going to turn into. And there you have it. RSP did not change. Therefore, Miyamoto is unaffected by your current weapon. Now we could test this again further. What determines the amount of Invigorate gives? Oh, Invigorate is determined by how much attack you have and the level of Invigorate that you're using. Every 1,000 attack points you have when you're holding a staff will give an extra point, will generate an extra point of Invigorate. So if I'm just normally with my Maximilian, I use Invigorate 5 on someone because it's a really strong weapon. I'll do about an Invig 40 or an Invig 41. But if I put on my Peerless Magatama that gives me an additional 500 attack, it puts me over the next threshold, and I am actually able to invigorate for 42. So with an invigorate 5. So every 1,000 attack is an additional point towards invigorate, depending on which invigorate level you use. So as far as I can tell, like, the SP gain from the Maximilian does not affect Miyamoto, or else I would have an additional 20% SP, so you know, I'd have at least like 2200, 23, something like that. But that doesn't seem to happen since I'm not holding the staff. Now I don't know about, oh, and I can switch weapons. I haven't done this yet, so you know, she can do the thing too. Oh my god, she can do the thing. That's awesome. So you know, Crimson. Okay, so the only other way we can test if weapons actually matter is we're gonna redo this dungeon. The same thing we did, really. So we remember the numbers I did previously on the stickies. So like I hit them with Miyamoto for like, what was it, 85k on the slash or something like that? On the retribution. So I was holding the bow, which gave me Pierce element. I just did a bunch of quests. This is awesome. Cool, thanks, game. Okay, so I'm not even gonna repair this Necro Kage and Goku. Alright, cool. So I'm gonna go to Waninashi again. I don't want to do hell because I don't want to do things. I'll do normal again because whatever. Now this is gonna skew everything I just said because I just looked at the damage I did and it was not the same damage. So this time we're gonna switch with the D3 cross. Next time, because that gives me slice element. We're gonna see if that affects it. Because if my damage just starts to skyrocket, then we know weapon matters. Oh wow, that was fast. Oh yeah, lucky box. This is the best lucky box fire. Oh my god. Boop. So Vanguard swap. So slice element. I don't think there's a difference. I don't think weapon matters. It might, but it might not. Is Tanegashima the last area? I think so, yeah. There's a little bit after that, but I haven't gone there yet. But it's enough to get the dash done. That's all I really cared about. Oh my god, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So you switch weapons, you know. Lighter retribution. Weapons. Lighter retribution. Switch weapons. Lighter retribution. Or it's flash or whatever. You know, having multiple weapons just means you never have to suffer cooldown. Cool. Friendship, 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 friendship. Friendship, friendship, yay, friendship. Like, even on normal, this is good friendship. So... oh my god, that's so sexy. Okay, watch out. Oh, I love that sound effect. Oh my god, that's so good. No more. So here's Gaki again. Spirit Incense. Cool. Alright, buddy. Come on out. Let's play a game. I don't really need multiple weapons with the 100 decks. Like, she just gets cooldown like for days. And her defense is really high. Now she's really good. Now I'm not building her right, so my damage is not as high as it should be. Because I'm not using her buff skill. Furthermore, Miyamoto can drink SP potions. She needs those, because her skills. Those islands look beautiful. They are very nice. It is a lot better, more pleasing than Echigo Estate. That last hit did so much. I can't wait to get 7. But when you're going Mia, you're gonna need someone to invigorate. Oh, I look so sexy with my friggin'... Oh my god. Look at Aurelia and her D3 cross. Isn't she adorable? Oh, there we go. And when you Vanguard out, you get all your SP back. And your HP. It is legitimate. Oh my god, that hurt. Oh. Oh. Please stop. Wolf, don't skip boss cinema too quickly. Oh, yeah. Yeah, because you can get blacked out. Can you get stunned, please? Thank you. Oh, wow, she's doing Ogies. Maya is attacking on her own. You know, usually it's their hips that move on their own, but, like, she's using her sword on her own. There, he hit me with something. Oh, a lucky box. Cool. What do you think the farm spot is going to be for XP? Oh, it's always going to be the new dungeon. The, Mina Byaku, whatever it's called. Byakuk. That dungeon will always be the EXP farm because even PC players who are trying to go to 125 use that. You get, if you use boost, you get like 30 million a run if you don't die. You know? So, oh, we got ornamentation. Cool. So yeah, these dungeons here, they're great for lucky boxes. They're great for leveling up Maya if you have her. And I need scraps anyway. So, you know, like I said before, when it comes to scraps, R1, R1. Or no, wait, oh, where's the R1? And then you want to use like steel attack. Huh, nothing. Alright. So, I think that concludes our part 1 of Miyamoto. After I learn how to carefully build her, I'll probably try and get my friend Lyra on the mic for a duo video, and we'll go over how to do Maya, because he's got 5 Mayas and he does it really awesome. So, I thank you guys for watching. I'm glad you guys got to watch me, you know, put in my Maya scrolls. We're all done. It's really awesome. You know, I'm going to be running that dungeon a lot. If you guys want to do Attack Star, I'll run it for fun. I need Attack Star recipe anyway. So yeah. You know, I put up the bow guide. It's a little long, but essentially it'll go over everything, but it takes a long time to get there. I mean, if you just have nothing to do for an hour, or you're Dura farming or whatever, and you want to watch it, by all means. I mean, honestly, if you Dura farm for an hour, you'll be better than me in no time. I don't Dura farm. Oh my god. So, I'll jump on in about 20 if you want to farm Attack Star. In about 20, like I would love to, Brim, but I actually have things to do for the next couple days. I'm only on because I wanted to check the prizes and I got the stuff, so I made videos. I'm just trying to put out one or a couple videos a day, but for the rest of the day I have to do stuff. I can't really be on till the night. I have stuff to do during the day, so I mean, later tonight I'll be on for Attack Star, but I mean, I'll be doing this dungeon anyway, but I appreciate it though. But after this I'll probably be going offline for a while, so let me see how much experience I need. Oh, I just need 20 mil. That's not bad at all. Like 20 runs of that dungeon, I'll level up. That'll be my experience for him. Whew. There's Yukumi. They usually watch this stream. Oh, let's repair. So today's been a really great week for me. You know, I got 5 Mayas. I got no fails on my cross. I got extra 7 on my cross. I got some artisans. What I said about the money guide, it works. The money, like, if you guys don't want to watch the money video, it's really fun. You should watch it. But for the money event they have going on, you could put in, every time you put money in, you're eligible for that reward. So if you want to put in, and I recommend putting in 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50 every time. That way you get more normal gacha tickets and you get more artisans. Because when you do the 100, sure, you get band-aids Bs, and you get a band-aid B and a button B. But you know, if they break, they break. They still do their job. An A late game will still do the job of a B late game. So, late smelts. So, you know, you do get an extra button every time you do 50s. So I recommend people do the 50 because you'll get extra gacha tickets and you'll get more soul eggs that way and more artisans. After doing it myself, I did 100 and then 350s. The 350s were better. I ended up getting an extra gacha ticket because of it. Like, at the end of it, I had 5 SP gachas and 4 normal gachas. However, had I done just 55 times instead of 100 and 350s, I would have had an extra gacha ticket. But as we all saw the video, I had great rolls. It was fantastic. You know, Wolfpack was there for it. It was fantastic. So if you guys, you know, I'll be going offline, but if you guys want to check out more videos, there's a lot that went up today, and there's Master Shadow, and he's running around. So yeah, it was nice. It was a good video. If anyone has any questions about Maya, please leave a comment. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. As always, you know, keep on grinding. I bless all your smelts. I hope your ornamentations are successful, and I hope your bosses drop your. I hope you guys get good drops. May RNGesus bless you. And you know, I'm a dragon now. Rar. I'm a water dragon. It's awesome. I'm standing here with ciphers like a scrub. Oh my god. Let me change this up. There we go. All right. These are my dragon claws that go with my dragon wings. I'm awesome. So my dress. Why is my dress in my legs? That makes no sense. There we go. All right. So I'll see you guys later. Thanks for checking out the stream. Hope you guys learned something. If you ever want to revisit anything I mentioned in the video or go back to things you came late for, they'll all be on YouTube on Randandestroyers at youtube.com or .ca, whatever. But, you know, you can just search Aurelia and you can find the videos. So, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys later. Happy farming.